Good afternoon, everyone, or whenever you're watching this. Evening, night, I guess. But anyway, welcome to Wrestling Rundown, the show where we discuss everything going on in the WWE presently and a little more down the road, I guess we can say. So, let's get on with our show. The first thing we have for you is...
Alright, Friday Night Smackdown. Edge opens up the show.
Excited to see him back.
Yeah, many people were pumped to see this happening. Edge comes out, he does his usual opening bit, and everybody's going wild. He goes, wow, that just never gets old.
Yeah, right? And then he throws in his plug for his guest starring on Haven.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
New show.
Now, is he a permanent guest star, or was it just for the one episode?
I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it. I'm possibly a permanent guest star, but...
I'd have to think so, because I saw a little bit of it. I wasn't paying attention, but I think he has a more than just
pertinent storyline.
Yeah, he's got a pretty important part in the show, so.
Getting back on topic, he says, now that I'm retired, I've been able to do something I haven't been able to do in a long time. Like, this was my life, but now I'm able to watch WWE as a fan.
Mm-hmm. Now, Edge is trying to figure out the tag team
champions dilemma.
Yeah. They were feuding for so long, now they're best friends.
And apparently one of them are the tag team champions, apparently.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, Gary, guess what? I am the tag team champions!
Head down.
No.
Yes.
I am the tag team champions.
Anyway. Daniel Bryan interrupts and corrects him on the usage of the pronouns. Saying, I am the tag team champions. And Edge is going pretty much, calm down, try some decaf, for the love of God. And Bryan is then connecting Edge to Vicky with just some of the things that he says and all this other crap. And he starts bashing Edge, and Edge is starting to get more and more annoying.
Edge just goes, calm down, young grasshopper.
Mm-hmm. And he was going...
You're just doing this to make me mad. Edge goes, actually, no, I'm not. But now that I think of it...
It sounds like a challenge. No, it doesn't. Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
Yes, it does.
No, it doesn't.
You're right, guys. This is fun. He looks to the WWE Universe and he goes, you were right, guys. This is fun.
This is fun. I can do this all the time.
Yeah. Then
Kane comes out.
He manages to get Bryan to shut up as he enters, and he looks he starts kind of arguing with Bryan, doing the usual I'm the tag team champions bit. Then Edge is going, guys. Then Kane goes, Edge, you seem angry.
Really?
Dr. Shelby's got some excellent relaxation techniques.
Daniel Bryan goes, yeah, you should try it sometime.
Yeah. And then Edge recounts pretty much all the things they've done to each other in the past, because they've had a long history.
Especially just before Edge retired.
Yeah, and Kane goes, yeah, I should rectify that right now.
And then they hug it out!
Yeah, pretty much. And
Bryan starts to get pissed at their hugging. He's going, no! And Edge looks and goes,
right. Yeah, pretty much it was an invitation for a group hug. But then Sandow...
No, before you go on with this, all you see is Bryan's face go from anger, and he goes, oh, yeah!
He's just happy to be included.
He's a little grasshopper.
Yeah. Anyway, then Sandow comes in, interrupts, and bitches, pretty much saying how the tag team champions are complete idiots and all this other crap. Edge tells him to shut up and says, you got something to say? Come into the ring and wrestle one of these two.
it gets better with that.
Mm-hmm.
Edge tells the WWE Universe to take a vote. Kane, yes! Daniel Bryan, no!
Well, that was kind of him doing that too. He was like, Kane, yes. Daniel Bryan, no. Oh, Kane, yes. Daniel Bryan, no. And he just caused a giant fight between the two of them and the WWE Universe to do their usual chanting.
And then they go to commercial. And when we come back from commercial, we hear that during the commercial break, Booker T comes on over the Titantron and says that Kane is going to wrestle Sandown. And I think this is where I'm going to...
Yeah.
So, now we're starting the match. And Daniel Bryan is at ringside. Well, Kane, of course, it's Kane, and Sandown just doesn't do shit. Kane's dominant in this match. I mean, you could see it going in, honestly. And then Kane and Bryan get into an argument on the ring.
Yeah. Over by the apron.
By the apron, yeah. And they're going, I am tag team champions, because Bryan took both of the championships. And Kane loses. Which I was not happy about, because they're supposed to be a functioning tag team championship. But
Functioning? They are far from functioning.
And then we come back from commercial, and Kane's going on a rampage backstage looking for Daniel Bryan. And then they start arguing if Daniel Bryan has a goat face.
Well, no. He runs into Shelby. He goes,
Where is Daniel Bryan?
Where's Daniel, Doc? And out of nowhere, Daniel Bryan just kind of pops up from behind Dr. Shelby after Kane mentions something about a goat face.
He goes, I will rip every one of the whiskers out of Goat Face's beard.
No, I will rip his beard off of his goat face one whisker at a time.
Yeah, that.
And then Daniel Bryan pops up.
He's like, I do not have a goat face! And they start arguing. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. No, I don't. So Shelby, he's like, guys! Yeah.
That's pretty much what he looks like.
He goes, Dr. Shelby goes to Daniel Bryan. Daniel, would you like it if Kane did not rip your beard off your face?
Gee, I wonder.
He goes, yes. Dr. Shelby goes, no, Kane goes, well, okay, but there's still a little matter of him screwing me over tonight. And Shelby goes, Kane, would you like it if I talked to Booker T and put Daniel Bryan in a match tonight?
It might.
Kane looks like he was about to cry. He goes, yes.
It might.
Yes, it might. That was the end of that. Then Kane goes, I am the tag team champions.
And he walks up. Daniel Bryan was about to say something when Shelby's pretty much...
He's like, no. Bad boy.
That is pretty much what he was doing. He's like,
And then we move on.
Mm-hmm.
We come back from another commercial. Now Alberto's bitching again. He's like, why did you friggin', reinstate the bro kick at, just before my match? Booker T pretty much re-explains himself. Basically what he said at Night of Champions.
He says that he felt bad because he did kind of spring it at the last moment. And then Alberto pretty much goes, so you're giving me a #1 contender spot. And he's going, what? No. Hell no.
You gotta earn that if you want.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna give you the chance. And Booker T makes a huge, huge match. It's gonna be Orton and Sheamus versus Del Rio and Ziggler tonight. And then we come back from another commercial, and then I'm gonna have Gary do this one.
Really? It's a Divas match.
It's not an important one. It was more focused on commentary than it was.
You're making progress.
Am I?
Yes.
I am the Divas! I don't even know.
Head down.
Ow! What happened to professionalism?
Oh, we were professional up until you yelled that out.
I am the Divas commentator. That didn't hurt.
Anyway. No. Anyway.
It's like he knew! Ow! Son of a bitch!
Answer yourself, buddy. Answer yourself.
You can't see me.
Yeah, soon they won't. Anyway, the next match was a divas match between Laila and Natalya. He was on commentary, and throughout the match, he was more or less, as he said, focused on commentary.
As for the past 3-4 weeks, it's been focused on that more than the match itself.
Yes, and it was pretty much he was pretty professionalism.
Okay.
Eve was pretty much going, and she was saying that she was hurt about the insinuations that were floating around about her causing Caitlyn's injury and fixing the Divas match to her advantage so that she would win the championship. And Natalya was dominant throughout the match, but she was like kind of glaring at Eve whenever she could.
And that's where Natalya took over.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Laila pretty much got back control and won the match, and she quickly and easily enough.
True.
Mm-hmm. So, and then that's pretty much how that match ended.
Okay, next we move on. It is going to be Orton and Sheamus versus Del Rio and Ziggler, and it's supposed to determine if Del Rio is going to contend for the championship again, which I really don't want to see because it's so overdone.
Mm-hmm.
We keep mentioning this, so hopefully the WWE comes across this stuff and these uploads on YouTube of ours and actually, listens.
Mm-hmm.
But we do get a little bit of tidbit from Cole. He goes, we wish JBL all the best. He's right now doing his 7 summits for kids where he's going to climb each of the highest mountains on all 7 continents and place a WWE flag at the top.
I think he mentioned that the summit that he was going to was Kilimanjaro.
Yes, Mount Kilimanjaro. He's starting off at. He's off to Africa at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
So we wish him all the best. Maybe see him back soon.
I'd say maybe 4 weeks, about a month or so, because
to climb all the summits, all 7 summits on each continent.
No, to see him back on the show. Because, well, actually, now that I think about it, no, yeah, we're probably not going to see him for a few months. Never mind.
But anyway, during this match, Sheamus and Orton, they're very well-oiled machine, dominant as always.
Mm-hmm.
Ziggler, he's doing well. I give that to Ziggler. He does well for himself in these kind of matches.
Mm-hmm.
But Del Rio he's not doing too great, actually.
Mm.
I hate to bash him, but he's just not. And then when Del Rio's in control, he goes up to the top rope and Orton pulls off a drop kick and drop kicks him off the top rope. I'm like, dude! Yeah. It was great. So big. Okay. And then we get a RKO to Del Rio. Well, Del Rio's the illegal man. And Vicky tries to give Ziggler the briefcase. Ziggler was going to use it, and Sheamus delivers a devastating bro kick.
And
Sheamus and Orton win.
Sheamus and Ziggler were the legal men. That's when Sheamus went in for the cover.
I do want to go off match real quick. I mean, due to the fact that match is over, but during these tag team matches, you always usually see 1 or 2 hot tags. Now, we've been saying hot tags for a while, but we've never really explained it for those of you who do not know what it is. It is basically when your opponent when each opponent in the ring is down and they're crawling over to the person on the apron to tag them in, and they're a couple inches away, and they just kind of hop up and go like that and tag them in.
Mm-hmm.
That's basically a hot tag. So, just for a little clearance. But next we have Daniel Bryan versus Cody Rhodes. So, do you want to cover this, or do you want me to?
Yeah, whatever. You can cover the first part, though.
Okay. You knew I wanted this part.
Yeah.
We come back, and Daniel Bryan is going to the ring, and the camera cuts over to a guy that's in the army. He was like Mexican, so I couldn't really tell. I'm not discriminating, I'm just saying.
Latino. Don't say Mexican.
Oh well. And he's going, yes! Yes! I'm like, oh boy, army guy.
Everybody loves that chant.
Yes. Now this is a very interesting heel-on-heel match, usually.
I wouldn't call Daniel a heel anymore. I'd say he's more
babyface.
No, he's more neutral than anything. He's not face. Everybody loves him just for the fact that he's hilarious. So he's more neutral than anything.
Mm-hmm. Way to go, Daniel. Daniel. Yeah.
So yeah.
Way to go, Bryan Danielson.
Anyway.
That's his real name.
Yes, I realize that. Anyway, so the match goes on. Kane appears and he gets revenge.
Just as Daniel Bryan was gonna lock in the no lock.
Yeah, and he pretty much costs Bryan his match, and Kane pretty much walks off laughing, and Cody Rhodes wins.
Now, I pose a question to you guys: will we see a maybe lock?
No.
A possibly lock?
No.
A supercalifragilisticexpialidocious lock? Oh, okay.
Professionalism.
This is professional. I'm just being a dumb shit.
Head down.
No.
Yes.
No.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-mm.
See? Your head instantly goes down whenever I raise my hand anyway.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No.
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Yes.
No!
Anyway.
Okay. My spiel's done. I'm done for the day.
Mm-hmm. It then goes backstage, and Bryan is looking for Kane. He finds him, and they start arguing again. And then Kane just comes out of nowhere saying, "You belong in a petting zoo." After
with
the
your
goat
goat
face.
face.
Yeah, and then Bryan comes back by saying, "Oh,
you belong in a dusty basement."
No, you belong in a petting zoo in a basement. And that's what he said. And they were just pretty much going at each other. Then Rhodes and Sandow appear, and they're pretty much just making fun of the two and all that. They argue who the others are scared of more. And after a bit of arguing, they both Kane and Bryan say, "If you're so scared of us, that's why you guys have a tag team match with us tonight."
Then they walk away, and Bryan turns at Kane and goes, "I think they're scared of me." "No, they're scared of me." And then they just argue about that. Mm-hmm. But we questioned up until the point, will there be a match?
Mm-hmm. Now, the next match is a match between Brodus Clay and Heath Slater.
I'll let you take this one, too.
Yeah. Brodus is dominant throughout the match, but then out of nowhere, Jinder Mahal and Drew McIntyre interfere with the match, and they all start attacking Brodus. And Cole asks the question if this was a premeditated attack.
We think it was.
It may have been, yes. Only my question is, why Brodus when obviously Ryback is a bigger threat?
I mean, obviously, Ryback just tear them limb from limb.
Yeah, but I mean, it would have been hilarious to see.
Yes.
Anyway.
Feed him more.
Yep.
Some bitch.
Mm-hmm.
I did that yesterday in lunch. I was sitting there and going, "Feed me more."
Oh, God.
They're like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "A lot."
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, we move on to Santino Marella. Sorry. I'm a professional. Versus Antonio Cesaro. He didn't do the 5 languages spiel.
No.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
Santino's actually pretty, they're both equally dominant in this match. So, back and forth. And Santino goes for the Cobra, but the Cobra gets distracted. And somehow Oksana got hurt.
Well, here's what happens. Santino pulls out the Cobra, and of course Oksana gets up on the ropes, and the Cobra instantly goes, oh boy, right towards Oksana. Cesaro attacks Santino and pretty much takes off the Cobra sleeve from Cesaro and tosses it aside. Oksana then leans over the top rope to try to pick up
the Cobra.
The Cobra sleeve. But Santino throws Cesaro throws Santino. No, I was right. Santino throws Cesaro into the ropes, causing Oksana to flip over and land on her knee pretty badly. So she's sitting there holding onto her knee, and the ref is checking up on her, trying to get her out of the ring, when Cesaro
hits a pretty nasty uppercut.
Yeah, when Cesaro is going for the cover on Santino. And since the ref didn't see it at all,
because he's tending to Oksana.
Yeah, Cesaro looks over, or lets go of Santino, walks over, and he goes, "What the hell are you doing? Get out of the ring and now!" And Santino goes in for a
roll-up victory.
Yeah.
So Santino wins, and then after the match, Cesaro grabs a mic and he does this 5 languages spiel, except in English he does it last, and he goes, "We're finished."
Yeah, you could kind of, if you guys were paying attention during the 5 languages, when he did the Italian second last, finito. As he said finito, and if those of you know, finito means finished in Italian. So you could kind of see where this was going.
But I posed the question, are they really through? Is this all just a little bit of a, storyline or whatever? We'll find out soon enough.
I just had an interesting enough thought, though.
Share it with us.
Because of this, Oksana starts hanging around Santino and the Cobra.
I actually had that similar thought.
Obviously, the Cobra wouldn't
mind.
The Cobra wouldn't mind, and the Cobra wouldn't do anything to Tom Oksana.
It's the Cobra. He'll just go. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
Oh my God! I just had the worst image in my head. Santino.
No.
Kiss the Cobra.
No.
Okay. Next we move on.
Yeah.
We find out. Oh my God! That there is a match between Daniel Bryan and Kane versus Sandown and Rhodes. All the tag team all the tag teams are at ringside for this.
Except for Kofi and Truth.
Yes, except for them. Kane and Bryan, they're in complete control.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cody comes in and uses a chair, and they get disqualified. His team, Cody's team. Now, after the match, Bryan was going to use the steel chair. But he looks and he goes, "Here, Kane."
Kane looks like a little kid at Christmas.
Cole looks and goes, "It's like Christmas for Kane."
Exactly. And
they take turns using the chairs.
Well,
both chairs.
Bryan goes out and gets another chair. That's what he's talking about.
And they are just unloading on Sandown and Rhodes.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then the other tag teams, they start to leave, and Kane sees this, walks out, beats the crap out of all of them, throws them all back in the ring, and they start...
As Bryan is hitting them all with the chair.
And then they both get back into the ring and started friggin' devastatingly blowing each other with the chair, and that sounded horribly wrong.
Yes, it did. Anyway. Yeah, no, what...
Hey, I'm trained!
Yeah, right. Anyway, no, what was happening was pretty much Kane and Bryan were having a bit of slapping spree with the chairs on the backs of all the tag teams.
They're like, screw it!
Yeah, they were having fun with that.
Oh, yeah. And then finally, with the tag team championships in one hand and the chair in the other, they both raise their hands in victory.
Yes.
Now, we are going to move on to our hot topic section. Just a reminder that Lawler is scheduled for an interview via satellite on Monday.
Mm-hmm.
That's our reminder. But now we move on to something that we're not sure. We're pretty sure it's going to be John Cena at Hell in a Cell facing CM Punk, but here are 5 potential challengers. I'm just going to run through these. Rey Mysterio. Yeah, Mysterio is a shell of his former self. However, he and Punk, they have a history together. And Punk is just, Punk, I guess.
Mm.
But Mysterio has been a main eventer for years, so he would be a credible opponent. I'm not sure about this one.
It's just a bit too soon for Mysterio.
Especially because I think he's still in a storyline with Sin Cara.
Yeah.
Big Show. Big Show's been away for a while. Last time we saw him, he was in a match with Punk and Cena at SummerSlam, I believe. And they weren't on the best of terms. Much like Mysterio, there's a history and credibility with this choice. Not to mention, Big Show would probably get a big pop upon his return. But we have to question, would he come back as a heel or as a face?
Probably heel.
Because that's how he left.
Because don't forget, he still has that that perfect contract or whatever that allows him to do whatever the fuck he wants.
Yeah. Next one, it's a very, very, way not probable choice. As mentioned in the first thing, Del Rio appeared to have some heat with Punk on Raw. Yes, both men are heels, but I think it's safe to say fans would rather see a Punk Del Rio match than another Sheamus Del Rio match. Obviously, I believe that Punk would win that match.
Yeah, definitely.
Triple H. Now that's a good one. The last time we saw the Cerebral Assassin, he was bidding the WWE Universe adieu. But as we all know, wrestling retirements are a dime a dozen, and only a few hold water. Ultimately, Triple H and Paul Heyman have a sordid past. This heated rivalry is most likely due to Heyman's partnership with Brock Lesnar. The fact is, this beef could easily transition to fellow Heyman cohort CM Punk, and the King of Kings could find himself in the mix for the WWE title. The last one is The Undertaker. Okay, this one's a long shot. Honestly, though, who wouldn't pay to see the Second City Savior take on a dead man in a cell? That's the Undertaker's, that's his grounds. Granted, the last time we saw Taker in this type of match, he was unable to utilize it to the fullest. However, I feel with a younger opponent, the Undertaker would be able to use the cell to its potential. It's his best playground.
Mm-hmm.
In the end, this is a dream match and probably will stay that way, but one has to wonder, what if? Next, we move on. Backstage heat on Sin Cara. Basically, this one is just Sin Cara is, in the ring and on television. He's seen as, the nice guy, the face.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently, according to Superstars backstage, he's an a-hole to them, I guess. According to the article that I read the other day. Basically, I'll read this straight to you. This isn't new, but we heard this week that Sin Cara is back to not endearing himself to the locker room with all the walking around like he's a big star and big head references. He came in, and the negatives were all things people should have realized going in. There are complaints about him acting like he was a star, quotes, backstage, when in fact he was a star at the same level as John Cena since 2006, just in another world. So, in what is likely a bid to aid Sin Cara's struggling career, he's been paired with Rey Mysterio in recent matches, with two forming a babyface tag team and Mysterio doing the talking. However, whether this can save the former CMLL star from his off-screen behavior remains to be unseen. Next, we pose: what would it take to get Brock Lesnar to work a full WWE schedule? I'll let Gary do this one. Or do you want me to do it?
You can cover all the hot topics, man.
Okay, well, I'm going to read this straight to you, just to save time. Brock Lesnar is one of those superstars who WWE deems valuable enough to bring in part-time to fight a couple matches a year. But what would it take to get him to wrestle a full schedule? A full schedule would include house shows, TV tapings, and pay-per-views, as well as press for the company and charity events. Lesnar did the full-time thing during his first 3-year run with the company, and it burned him out to the point where he had to leave and try other things. The NFL did not work out with him, so he made his way to UFC and became the biggest draw in the company. After some health issues, his UFC career took a hit, and he retired from the sport following his last loss to Alistair Overeem. This sent the internet into a frenzy about what would he do next, with the most popular being a WWE return. When Lesnar showed up following WrestleMania and attacked John Cena, nobody quite knew what to expect from his WWE run, but we soon found out he would only be wrestling a handful of matches over the course of a year. While his name is certainly worth bringing him in for a few high-profile feuds, we have to wonder if full-time return would ever be in the cards for the multi-sport success story. Lesnar is now a family man and has a farm he operates, so taking his schedule and making wrestling his top priority might not be in the cards. There is also nothing saying it is impossible. Money is a huge motivator, and the WWE might be able to make an offer for Lesnar to come back, perhaps on a reduced schedule similar to what HBK had. Excuse me. Working just TV tapings and pay-per-views with a sporadic house show match would allow Lesnar to spend the bulk of his time with his family, as he would go back on the road with WWE's a couple days a week. There's a lot Lesnar could do to help WWE as a more active employee, and having him come back full time should be something WWE strives for. Is there a possible WWE return for Jeff Hardy? As noted, Jeff Hardy's Wow. I can't speak. Let me take a drink.
As noted earlier, Jeff Hardy's TNA contract expires at the beginning of 2013. According to a source close to the situation, the primary concern for Hardy right now is to take time away from beating himself up and taking bumps full time. Hardy is a big advocate now of taking care of himself, which includes not overworking. He wants time to recharge and heal, as well as to spend more time with his family. A WWE return is a possibility and has been something he's considered. It is not currently his primary focus. TNA originally tried to strong-arm him into re-signing by not putting him on TV, not push him and telling him that they will use him to build other wrestlers up. After TNA saw that their approach wasn't working, they changed gears and started kissing his ass, and it's leading to his current push. Currently, Hardy wants a substantial amount of time off from being under contract and doesn't want to work full-time anywhere or when his deal is up. He'll decide where or if he'll work after that. TNA is obviously working to re-sign him and are hoping that his current push will change his mind. Hardy is financially set, and reports of him wanting to make one more big money run in WWE because he's lost so much with his legal issues are said to be false.
Basically, it's kind of a similar thing to Brock Lesnar-ish. The next thing we wanted to discuss. WWE has a golden opportunity before Hell in a Cell, with a 6-week gap between the pay-per-views. With the WWE's congested pay-per-view schedule, there is rarely an opportunity to establish a new threat to one of the major titles or develop complex feuds with multiple characters without the first meeting between opposing sides feeling rushed. The 6-week gap between NOC and Hell in a Cell is the perfect opportunity to put both of these types of storylines into action. The WWE has even engineered the background to allow both of these types of stories to happen. Sheamus is desperate for a new opponent and has few rivals left that he hasn't defeated, having defeated Del Rio on 4 of the last 5 pay-per-views. 6 weeks of a new challenger getting the better of the Irishman would certainly freshen the title picture. Several candidates could use this kind of opportunity, with the most obvious name being the returning Wade Barrett, who we did not see on Friday Night Smackdown, which I'm surprised.
I think he's Raw now.
Yeah. His tweaked character has been advertised for several weeks, and the longer time period between pay-per-views could be used to cement the changes. Certainly Barrett's size and charisma would be an interesting challenge for Sheamus. The Irish fighter is used to being more powerful, but this may not be the case against the Englishman Barrett. Others could also use the time to really develop a character that is capable of main eventing WWE events. Rhodes, The Miz, and Dolph Ziggler have all got the potential to be lead heels, but have suffered from too many losses at high-profile events. The gap between these 2 pay-per-views would certainly give them all the time to readdress that balance before fighting on the big stage. The WWE could even use the time period to bring in a completely new character to rival Sheamus. Both Matt Morgan and Bubba Ray Dudley could have been pushed into the main event spotlight in this period, had they not both chosen to return to TNA. Even someone who did not live up to his potential the first time around, like Morrison or MVP, could use the time to reestablish himself within the company. Whoever is chosen, this is a real chance to create another main event talent. The draw between Punk and Cena is also a great opportunity to create a complex storyline with several important characters participating, especially as Paul Heyman has already been established on Punk's side. Heyman and Punk have both have magnetic characters that could believably attract other wrestlers to be part of their group, and this should force Cena into the underdog role that he so thrives on. The big advantage of the 6-week time period is that the way any potential group evolves and the suppression Cena receives can be developed slowly. This should allow the feud to flow without unduly dominating programs. And the plot could be sedate enough that young viewers can follow the twisting saga. Wow. All of this is only possible because a high-profile match designed to sell pay-per-views is not stuck in the middle of the program, with an average of 3 to 4 weeks between every pay-per-view until WrestleMania to come. This is the only time such complex plans can be implemented well. Other scenarios can benefit from this breakdown between pay-per-views. New talent like Cesaro, Sandow, and Ryback, who have all been given plenty of television exposure without much direction, can finally have their first defining feud. The bromance between Kane and Bryan can also be given the time to develop, as can the underperforming tag and women's divisions. After a summer of recycled material, this is a WWE's chance to provide both the talent and the fans with something new and exciting. With so much depth in the WWE's current roster, this should be a golden opportunity to point the company into the right direction for the future. Fingers crossed that this new beginning is seen on Monday Night Raw. Next, we beg the question. When will it be a good time? When should Dolph Ziggler cash in his Money in the Bank briefcase? And we turn this one over to video.
Rated E now with Connect voice commands. Good things come to those who wait, JLB, and the time has come. This is a month that Dolph Ziggler cashes in his Money in the Bank briefcase. Sheamus is set to defend his World Heavyweight title inside that dangerous, demonic, satanic cell, and whoever survives that match is going to be ripe for the picking for Dolph Ziggler. Dolph Ziggler becomes a World Heavyweight Champion at Hell in a Cell.
Good things are worth waiting for, so let's wait longer, Big Nasty. Come on, it's only been 3 months. I know you're not that impatient. Look, maybe him cashing in now would be a certain energy for a World Heavyweight title picture that definitely needs a boost. There's 2 options here. WrestleMania, yes, Dolph Ziggler, we all look at him as he's that spoken guy amongst at least the internet fans and amongst the hardcore fans that he's the future. So how about doing it on the biggest stage there is, WrestleMania? Let him have like a grudge match earlier on the card. Let him have a good one-on-one match, but then later on, WrestleMania 29 becomes a night about Dolph Ziggler. He's the shining star. Or if you think WrestleMania is too crowded, how about this? Why not put him right up against the wire, right up against that 1-year contract stipulation of Money in the Bank, which would expire in July of 2013? Could you imagine it? The final month, people start antagonizing him. You know, maybe a face says, you're not cashing in because you're scared. You know that you're going to fail. You're not good enough. But they can have a WWE.com countdown of when the contract expires. That way it's kind of pushing and pushing and pushing, letting people know it's going to be coming somewhere here. That'll be a hot month of programming because you know the Money in the Bank will be a focal point on the storyline, and it'll be different because we never had that happen. So I say cash in next July for Dolph Ziggler. You can always cash in. This is Nasty on Twitter, Justin LeBar on Twitter. Holla at your boy.
So there's that. So let's turn to Gary for his thoughts on that.
I can see it happening.
Do you think it would be a good idea to wait until next July?
Yeah.
I mean, I could see that countdown thing going pretty well.
Yeah, especially if we have a return of like Jericho. Have those guys reignite the feud that they had beforehand, and then all of a sudden, oh hey, wait a minute, he's right, I still have this. Cashing it in now. And that way, his opponent doesn't have to be Sheamus. It could be someone else by that time. And it could be a really good match, because we've seen enough Sheamus versus Ziggler matches as well. And it just, we need somebody new to face Sheamus. I mean, I would love to see, for example, maybe an Orton match against Sheamus for the title.
It could happen. But you got to keep in mind that Orton is going away for a couple more weeks.
Yeah.
And Ziggler, Jericho, it's not completely probable because his
Well, no, not Jericho for the title.
Well, I'm just saying, but Jericho coming back, his current band run,
right,
that he doesn't end until early 2013.
Early. Meaning there's more than enough time for him to return after that.
I mean, yeah, but he has to make that call, so...
Right. And I'm pretty sure he will. Well, I mean, he just made his face turn, and everybody is pretty much wanting him back now.
That should be a definite scenario. Not definite, I mean probable scenario. Mm-hmm. Next we come to, will Cena be at Raw be on Raw Monday? We all know by now, Cena is out of commission for at least 6 weeks. Apparently, even though he can't wrestle, doesn't mean he won't be at Monday Night's Raw in Albany. On Thursday, the leader of the C Nation took to Twitter with the following: Rehab, Day 2, much less grouchy today. I apologize to WWE, and I also promise to be at Raw this Monday in Albany. Just hate being hurt. Ultimately, I'm a bit surprised that Cena could stand some time off, and it would allow the WWE to turn the page and start a new feud for CM Punk. I get that Cena is a hard worker and a team player. However, there is something to be said for overkill. Let's face it, every other wrestler that suffers a legit injury stays away and takes time off. I'm sure I am not alone here when I say this is the most obvious choice for Cena. It would allow him not only prepare properly heal, but give the fans a chance to miss him. I, for one, feel Cena has done a tremendous job of staying healthy and working through minor injuries to ensure the WWE kept its momentum post-WrestleMania. So to me, regardless of what he or the WWE wants, it's time for him to take a good month off and recharge his batteries. In the end, Cena is probably going to be on air throughout his injury due to him being the face of the WWE's new partnership with Susan G. Komen for the Cure. And it's for that reason alone that I and many fans should let this one slide. The last thing we have for you is how Daniel Bryan and Kane have helped each other. Did we cover this before?
I do not know.
Do we have time or do we want to end it here?
Yeah, I'd say end it here.
Okay, so maybe next time we'll cover that. No promises on that, so we will go from there. I give a big thanks to each and every one of you who continue to watch our show. This is episode 11. 12.
You really need to start putting that down on the papers.
Nobody heard that.
You are not a Jedi. You cannot do mind tricks.
You deserve that one. No, Gary. No. President. I think we just got rid of that. Pigeon!
Anyway.
Okay, guys. Okay. Ooh. Thank you guys for watching. We will continue to make these episodes. Let's discuss this on air real quick. We're gonna go about another 4 minutes here. What are your thoughts on not for the next live episode it's scheduled for October 30th, but should we schedule it for October 31st, do a Halloween episode? I think it could do something big for us.
Yeah. How many people are going to be actually watching it, though, is the thing. Or is this just going to be another recorded one?
No, it's going to be
live stream,
but it'll be early afternoon, and people don't usually go out until nighttime.
I think technically trick-or-treating is supposed to start at like 5.
Yeah, and we're usually done by then.
Yeah, alright.
So, okay. There you go, folks. Special Halloween episode, October 31st, live stream. We'll do it there. Be there or be square. Oh my god, I can't even pull off that term. I'm trained.
Yes, you are.
I'm learning.
Yes, little by little. Anyway.
Little by little.
Yes.
Also, our next scheduled, show is for Tuesday, where we'll cover Raw, as well as anything else that you want us to cover.
Right.
I mean, this is interactive just as much as we talk to you. We need feedback. So, but it's very appreciated, very, enjoyable. And now, as always, the little plug. If you missed any previous episodes, just go to www.youtube.com/Wrestling Rundown, where you will find all the latest updates in WWE and also all our recordings. As always, go to our Facebook page where we update there, maybe bi-week, a couple times a week. So we'll continue to do so. I didn't post anything on there this week. Usually I do, but I didn't get a chance to. Very eventful week, to say the least, in the WWE. So, as always, this is Gary and Jason. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up. Down there. And if you want to, please subscribe up there. You'll see it. But thank you for watching, and we will see you on Tuesday. This is Jason and Gary signing off. Later, guys. Bye, bye.